We want a place where people want to stay and live and work, focused on people, families and neighbourhoods, better and more employment opportunities, and people wanted economic, social, cultural and environmental well-being. The next theme people said was they wanted participation and leadership. Local democracy, relentless local democracy, and a voice on issues that affect people at local level. They wanted regional leadership, a voice for Wellington on issues that matter at regional level. So this tension between participative democracy at local level but strong representative democracy at regional level. They said they wanted engagement, not just voting, real engagement, participation and more use of social media. They then talked about livability and vibrancy, being a capital city with a whole lot of city centres and a collection of villages. The importance for people coming into New Zealand and living to Wellington and living in Wellington of capital city yet villages. They wanted a lifestyle and culture attractive to the people we need for the jobs, and those jobs in the creative industries and the knowledge-based organisations that are the future of Wellington. A bit of tension between some of the speakers as to how big creative's going to be in the future, but a very clear view that it's about knowledge-based and people of high intellectual net worth. People said they wanted better connections between Wellington and central government, and there were some things to me that I hadn't thought of about people talking about central government as the biggest employer and also the key client for most Wellington businesses. So better connections between Wellington and central government. Better connections between educational institutions and business, a strong view that that wasn't close enough in Wellington, particularly between the universities and business. And better international connections. It came up so many times in the day about better direct air connections for Wellington, come up from everybody. And better connections between Wellington and iwi Māori. Came up a few times but wasn't well developed. So in terms of how Wellington gets there, there were two things really. Make decisions on regional governance, make sure the debate doesn't continue to cloud the important issues for years to come, develop a stronger sense of Wellington, and work collaboratively within whatever structure eventually emerges. I mean, the issue came up time and again. The issue is we should get what we want, we should get the best structure, but whatever happens, let's just get on and collaborate within it. The second key theme was about high quality employment. What do we do to get high quality employment? And the views were protect and enhance livability and vibrancy in the city. Attract more of the high intellectual net worth people required by the creative industries and the large knowledge-based service organisations. Ensure that the local educational institutes produce employment-ready graduates with the skills and attitudes required. And the phrase that William Guzzo used, embrace the weirdness, focus on the opportunities for innovation and creativity in the city. So the last thing that came out generally from the discussion, although not so much on the floor, is actually what's the role of the Rotary Club of Wellington in this? And it seemed from the discussion it was mainly, first of all, we put the forum on. We'd helped have the conversation, even if for Fran it came a bit late in the process. We'd actually covered a whole lot of the stuff in Sir Geoffrey's report, but we covered it differently. The conversations were a little bit different. So if you say what is the role for the Rotary Club, this Rotary Club after putting on the forum, the consensus seemed to be that our chance is to help make connections. Given the people in the club, the connections between local government and businesses, between local government and youth, and do we have a greater opportunity there in terms of some future youth forum? Better connections between universities and business, and given the number of people in this room, there was some quite strong views that Wellington universities are not turning out the employment-ready people for the large knowledge-based service organisations. We can make better connections between communities where we have influence, the charitable trusts, the skilled migrants, the refugees and others. And some people in the room can help make better connections with central government for all communities. And then the challenge for us is, do we actually have any role in relation to local government reforms? And I know Fran has some views about what we might be able to do.